right, and we're back. Welcome back to Summit Live. I am Jason Pohl. I'm the global CTO for Built-Ons. And today I'm swapping out my co-host. So Ari has been swapped out with Amber. So Amber, would you do the honors of introducing yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name's Amber. I was here on Summit Live yesterday, and I work on the tech marketing team, and I build a lot of demos. Throwing over to Tasso.
Hi, my name is Tasso. I'm the general manager for Customer Lake, our new product that we launched today.
And what is CDP or Customer Lake?
Yeah, so Customer Lake is a type of CDP. CDP stands for Customer Data Platform, and is what historically marketers would use to access customer data and turn customer data into campaigns.
Okay.
And then how is the CDP or the Customer Lake, how is that changing the customer experience now?
Yeah, that's a great question because customer experience is changing whether we like it or not, and it's changing because more and more people are using agents to buy.
Okay.
Right, before you want to buy something, you would take your time, right? You would have to do research, ask your friends, go figure out who has the best price, how they can get it shipped to you. Now, most people that buy something, they just ask an LLM. Do you do that? Do you ask an LLM?
Yeah, I was just in a paint store yesterday, and I wanted to buy some paint.
Yeah.
And I was waiting in line to ask the guy behind the counter. So I pulled up my AI, sent a picture of the can of paint.
There you go.
And I was able to get an answer from the AI faster, and it was actually more accurate than the guy behind the counter.
Yeah. So that's happening everywhere. I think everyone is doing this now, but more and more, you won't even have to go to the store, right? You deploy an agent and be like, hey, tell me here's my problem. Tell me what I should buy, do the research, tell me who sells it, where is it near me, do they have it in stock, what's the price? So what this is doing is compressing the buying cycle, right? What used to be maybe a few days of research and actually going and buying it, now can happen from seconds to minutes to a couple of hours. So things happen a lot faster, and also the agents filter everything for you. If marketing sends you something that's not fully personalized for you, you're not going to see it. The agent's going to intercept it, right? So this raises the bar for how fast and how accurate marketing has to be in the next decade.
Yeah.
Wow.
So customer data platforms have always existed, but now they're just changing because of AI, just like most things.
Everything, right? Everything. Yeah. So we think the way CDPs worked in the past does not work for the agentic future because they were disconnected from the Lakehouse, right, which is Databricks. And by being disconnected, it means they didn't have access to the data, to the agents, and to the context that you now need to do that. So we introduced a new concept. We call it the Agentic CDP. And the Agentic CDP has three key characteristics. It's embedded in the Lakehouse. So it's part of the same platform that's managing your data and agents. It powers what we call infinity campaigns, which are campaigns that are run by agents, not by humans, and that makes them a lot more personalized and a lot faster. And it is born in the era of agents, right? So it's been built. The Agentic CDP is built from scratch to be LLM-First. That's the new evolution of CDPs. And Customer Lake is an instance of an Agentic CDP built specifically for the Databricks Lakehouse.
Okay.
I noticed you use the term like embedded in the Lakehouse, whereas with CDPs, like the big term used to be composable.
Composable.
So
that's right.
How is being embedded in the Lakehouse different than being composable?
It's a great question. Yeah. So CDPs have a long history. The CDPs as a category is maybe 10 years old.
And I think you've had some experience before Databricks.
I did, yes. I had the CDP company, and before that I had a database company. So it's everything is coming together now for me, which is fascinating, really exciting. But even before CDPs were a thing, like even in the 2000s, email tools would store a table with customer data. Right? So that was the CDP of the 2000s, essentially. It was a table with customer name, email, that would live inside your email tool. But then, as more and more channels came around, CDPs became a separate thing, and they would copy data from the data warehouse, and then it was kind of an island, like a data mart. And then when platforms like Databricks came out, they came closer, so they became composable. What composable means, it's still separate, but it can do SQL queries down to Databricks versus copying the data up.
Gotcha.
But there was still a lot of friction, right? The data is separated, and governance is a pain. Now you need to manage the governance and users into different places. And then with context, which can be decisioning context, business context, data context, and agents increasingly living inside Databricks, composable is not as close to the data as it seemed.
Gotcha.
So embedded is the next evolution, right? So we went from a table in an email tool to a bundled CDP that would copy data to composable CDP that was still separate, but we would push some queries down and to embedded. And I feel like embedded is a final home for CDPs. It's like CDPs finally came home.
Yep.
They're embedded. They're where the data and the context and the agents live, and now they have full access to everything they need to do this new type of campaigns, new type of marketing.
And you use the term infinity campaigns. Is that, well, first, what is that exactly? And then is that the customer's top use case?
Yes, infinity campaign is our vision for how marketing is going to evolve. It's kind of what customer like powers. We call it infinity because they can run forever, right? So before you had to do a campaign, the campaign would run for 2 weeks, and then you would do another campaign with something else. Maybe you would tweak what you ran before, you do something new, and then something new. The concept of infinite campaign is what if we could have one agent for every customer? And that agent is like a personal marketing person dedicated to that just one customer. You could never afford to do that with humans, right? You couldn't have like one marketing per customer. That would not scale. But you can have one agent per customer. And what that agent can do is understand your background profile, all your signals and history that you've sent to the brand yourself. And at any given point in time, it knows what's the best next action for you. So this concept of campaigns or journeys at the start and then the end and then something new starts, that can be replaced with an evergreen, always running campaign run by agents that constantly evolve their understanding of you and the understanding of the business context as well. And they keep evolving and personalizing better and better, right? So the notion that you had one campaign, then another whole campaign calendar is replaced by this agentic, always running campaign that has agents that know the customers really well and can do personalization in a way that was never possible before.
Okay,
And then I saw in your keynote announcement, you talked a little bit about identity resolution and how that's a key part of any, I guess, CDP.
Yes.
But we've got maybe a little bit of a special take on it.
Yes, for sure.
Embedded CDP.
For sure. So, agentic CDP, like everything, depends on high quality data.
Yep.
Right? So the market and the technology has changed so much, but the old saying is still true. Garbage in, garbage out. And so we don't like garbage in, right? The garbage in is not good. So Customer Lake has two products. One is Campaigns, which is built for marketers as a business UI. This is for marketing operations, marketing analytics. But then we also wanted to address the problem of how do you feed this very powerful engine with high quality data. That's the job of Profiles. Profile is the second part of Customer Lake. And what Profile does is it takes raw customer data and turns it into business-ready customer data.
They just love it,
I know. CDP, we have a soccer game going on in the background. So we know when there's when a goal is scored. So the notion with profile agents, they're agents that do customer 360 work. So they can take raw customer data, understand the semantics of the data, improve the quality, resolve the identity so that you don't think you have 3 different customers, but it's actually the same person, which is horrible for customer experience. I don't know if you guys have ever gotten 2 emails from the same brand.
Yes.
The same email, the same time 2 times because they think you're different people.
Or you actually already buy the thing and you're still getting emails for the thing
you already bought, right? This is all data problems, right? Data context problems. So profile agents will ingest the data, fix the quality, make sure you can identify the customers uniquely, and then produce business-ready data products that are ready for consumption from the CDP or even for analytics, BI. So Profile Agents is broader than just CDP. the promise is it can shorten the time and effort it takes to produce high quality customer 360 data. So one of the key features there is identity resolution, which is I just explained, right? If you have different people, how do you know they're the same? People used to do this with static rules or machine learning, which is very difficult.
Yeah.
We're doing it with LLMs. So it's a modern, fresh approach that's easier to deploy and more accurate and faster as well. And then we also have a capability if you have partners that also give you data about customers, and we have a number of partners like Axiom, Epsilon, LiveRam, and others.
A little bit broadly about any sort of CDP. Usually, you've got integrations all around for lots of different things.
Yes.
Like, however, our partners are like really excited about this.
Yeah.
To be able to plug into it.
Yes.
Maybe talk a little about like what are these integration points and how can they?
So CDP works with data, right? So the job is to figure out who needs to get what when.
Yep.
But the CDP does not actually send the communications out. It doesn't send the email out. We're not an advertising network, right? We're not like
SMS,
Meta or Google.
no.
There's no SMS. These are all partners that we have. We have a very rich ecosystem, right? Dozens of partners. We had about 20 partners that we launched Customer Lake with. Very exciting. We have integrations with all of them. And so the CDP, once it figures out using the data in collaboration with the human marketer, who do we want to target to have the best customer experience, relevant content, right? And what are the channels? We will send those customers with the relevant information to those partners, and then those partners will send a hyper-personalized email, so a very targeted ad. And this is all first-party data, right? This is all data that the customer gave to the brand.
Yep.
And so they expect those communications to be personalized, right? I mean, we as Databricks, we're not in the business of selling or exchanging data. What we're trying to do is to help our enterprise customers collect the data from their own customers so that they can better understand them, and everything they send back to their own customers is truly personalized, truly relevant, right? So think the opposite of spam. That's my life's goal. How can we use data, context, and agent so that enterprises can do less but much more relevant communications that are very impactful, and they're a win-win, both for our enterprise clients, but also for their consumer or the business clients as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in terms of, like, because we're also hearing Juneau Ontology, we're hearing AI Gateway, we're hearing more things for getting security and ontology on top of your data. Are there any things you recommend to Databricks customers that are using CDP? Like, what other tools kind of go with that in the Databricks platform that we've seen today?
I think the Juneau Ontology is super relevant, right? Because context is very important for us, right? I'll give you a simple example. If you want to send a communication to your loyalty customers, right? You need to know what is the loyalty program, who's there, when did they get. Actually, operating a CDP is not that different from trying to get high quality insights out of your data.
Right.
The difference is when you try to get insights, it's just a human reading the insight. When you're using a CDP, that insight is translated into a campaign, right, or an audience, something that will help you send more relevant communication.
Yeah.
So the difference between an insight and a CDP is that the insight, the consumption is with a human. The CDP, the consumption, the campaign, that's doing something very relevant. So a lot of the business concepts like who's on my loyalty program, what's my loyalty program even mean, who's an active customer, who's engaged on my website versus they're only coming to my stores. You know, if I'm a big bank, right, who's a customer who has a credit card, who doesn't, right? Who's a customer of a private bank versus the retail bank. This is all ontology context that you need to have well organized, and if you have it well organized, it helps you track business KPIs, it helps you generate insight, it helps you do marketing as well.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of what I think we're doing here at Databricks, is that we're bringing together data, agents, and context, and now applications, all in the same platform, and the synergies all over the place, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you try to do CDP outside of the Lakehouse, you have to figure out all the context for Databricks Lakehouse, and then you have to figure out again for your CDP. Which would be a lot of work, and again, there's going to be a lot of bottlenecks, right, with the data and everything else in between.
Yeah, Unity Catalog's been out for, I think, 5+ years now. So people have already been registering all of their data sets in there. They've been starting to define the metadata about the descriptions of these data sets, even down to the column level. Unity's also been like capturing a lot of like the lineage and
exactly.
And so now, all of this context that's been getting acquired and curated within Unity is going to be leveraged by the CDP downstream.
Exactly, and you're touching to another great point, which is governance.
That's right.
Because the CDP is accessing some of the most sensitive data of the organization, customer data, right? You don't want anything bad to happen with the customer data. It's a mess, right?
Yeah.
If anything happens, you have to be extremely careful.
It's very sensitive data, some of it.
Super sensitive data, right? And there's, legal and reputational implications if anything happens.
Right.
So the beauty of bringing the CDP and making it embedded inside Databricks is the same governance security mechanisms you're using for how people are accessing this data for reporting or insights can now apply for the CDP. Whereas if the CDP is separated from the Lakehouse, you have to recreate a whole new governance layer in your CDP, in addition to the Lakehouse
and then keep it
governance layer, and then keep it in sync, right?
Yeah.
And can be, first of all, very time consuming, right? It can take 6 months or a year to approve this new governance layer, right? It can be very slow for business teams, and it's also risky, right? So we feel that's a huge advantage by making the CDP embedded. You get security and governance out of the box.
Yeah. And Taz, so that almost wraps up our session, but I just really want to know in like 1 or 2 sentences, because CDP's been around for a while, what do you want people at home to take away from CDP at Databricks? Yeah,
that the CDP, your Lakehouse is now your CDP. Okay. Right, that's the big evolution of the category.
I want that on a shirt.
Be more excited.
Yeah, that's
your Lakehouse is your CDP.
The Lakehouse is your CDP.
Yeah,
that's what
perfect.
It is.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It was a real pleasure.
Thank you, Tasso.
Yeah,
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.